Pisces, let's start our conversation. Ain't there always some shit? Ain't there always some shit, though? It's really just this mode. It's that head shaking, ain't that just some shit? And it is. There was high hopes, and there should have been. And the truth is this, if you really want me to channel the energy, I don't think that it's completely and totally done. I don't think that those high hopes are completely bashed and ultimately over. And whatever has ended for very good reason. Reason being that you were being called in another direction. So let's talk about that relationship that's ended, or that opportunity that didn't come to be. Let's talk about it as what it was, which is the past. It's not what you thought it might have been, but what you thought it might have been is still very, very real. You just haven't reached it yet, but you are headed that way. And there is a lightness in your spirit and an optimism in your character now that I don't think existed or would have existed before this. But there's just so much happening now. There's so much that's changed in a very short time, which is a traumatic and humbling experience. And for you, who basically holds all of human existence, memory and emotion, that place that they call mystery, the 12th house, which is really everything you've ever felt or could feel, all swirling around at once. It's pure emotional energy. I think you could feel like a failure right now. You could really feel like, I was supposed to pull this off this time. Why didn't it work? And the only thing you would be wrong about is which step you were on. Because it seemed like you were at that last step. It seemed like you had finally arrived, but you haven't yet. You haven't. And I think that that's the real beauty, is that what you see around you, which you could be content with and happy and proud of, is actually not all you're capable of. There's still so much more, so much higher to climb, so much more to achieve. And you're going to do it. You have the energy and self-esteem and the resources, and you're going to do it. And honestly, whatever did or did not work out in this crazy frickin' year doesn't matter as much as what's to come. But we're water signs, and so often we just look to the past as if the past was a place we could live. It's not. It's a place we go to stop living so that we don't have to hurt anymore. But your life, your path is in the future. There's still so much to come. So much beautiness, so much beautiness is coming in. It is. And I think that you're going to use dreams the way that you always use dreams, in their living, waking state, and just play them out. The one thing, however, you can escape is yourself. And by this point, you should know that. There are definitely some things, issues, understandings, conflicts, maybe. If you have felt a relationship, and yes, you're going to get a full relationship specific reading in the extended, that link is below. There's a full tarot card spread that'll be like a personalized reading. And then there's also over there a full romance reading as a part of that video. Not a separate one, part of it. But if, for right now, in the general reading, if this is about a partnership, all hope is not lost. But there's definitely, oh God, stuff that you came across. There's something, either the two of you clash about something very significant, something that is very, very close to home, right? In other words, very important to the two of you, and you can't seem to find a middle ground. Or something has come up about family that's getting in the way of the two of you proceeding and moving forward. There's some issue here that has to do with your foundation. And that's what's sort of holding you back right now when it comes to commitment or moving forward. There's obstacles. First of all, there's distance. I really do feel there's distance, but also I feel, which could be emotional distance, of course, but especially this distance is being exacerbated by some family issues, either issues that haven't been addressed or issues that keep coming back up from the past, or issues that are current that just cause you to clash and not be able to really see eye to eye, right? What I love about this energy now is that it suggests that this isn't crumbling you like it would. There's so many different things that you have an optimistic perspective now on, different ways you could move, different decisions that you could make. There's also different opportunities coming in. So you may not have struck gold yet, but you sure as hell got more tickets. And the more tickets you got, the more chance you got at finding the golden one. So there are these beautiful, lovely opportunities coming in, just enough to distract yourself. I do see you distracting yourself, which in this situation is good. Absolutely. There's definitely some distraction here, some dreaminess, some letting yourself get lost in fantasy. Some of you may actually be traveling right now. Just getting the hell out of there if you can. If you're in a country that allows you to travel, just get in the fuck out of this place. Like, seriously. Escape, which you guys do very, very well. But ultimately, I think it's sort of helping you to almost ground you in a way. It's something that you need to do to feel emotionally secure right now. And Pisces needs to feel emotionally secure, or you're just a mess. And this makes you feel emotionally secure, this little retreat or adventure, this adventure into your imagination or to a place that inspires your imagination. It's helping you. There's some indulgence, definitely. So just be aware of that. It's not, I'm not gonna flap a red flag in your face, but I'm gonna say there is some indulgence, so be aware of that. But it's mostly a party. It's mostly a celebration. There are a lot of people around you or things that you have the ability to celebrate. There's going to be good food. There's going to be good drink, right? Something keeps pestering you, though. There are going to be lots of people around, lots of new people around, lots of different things that you can distract yourself with. Because you need the distraction right now to free up, almost like to lighten the emotional burden. Because the emotional burden would be overwhelming if you didn't have the distraction to keep you just outside of collapsing. People don't understand that about Pisces, that they need their retreat. They need their escape and their what people call flightiness. They need it. You guys need it to basically balance out that heaviness emotionally. right? You need it to keep you just buoyant enough to not completely implode. And I think that's what you're giving yourself now, and you're using it wisely and responsibly to fill your soul with joy. And that's really what you should be focusing on right now, is filling your soul with joy, and the joy that you can get now, not the joy that I wish I had. And, oh, my life can't be joyful if I don't have that. No, you're focused on the joy that you have right now. And there's an emptiness, there's a hollowness, but there is also a hopefulness. And your focus determines your reality. And your focus right now, 100% of the time, is going to be on your hopefulness. Your hopefulness. Expect powerful change. When you start to change internally, things start to change externally. But I can tell you, this is a powerful time, and things are changing. And I love that you're almost like exercising and making stronger. You're like buffing up your emotional muscles to basically prepare. Because look, emotions are running high. There's definitely something going on here, a change. And I think that you're so much stronger now internally that you're going to be able to handle it well. But there's some sort of shift in a relationship that you depended upon. And there could be fighting, and there could be arguing, and there could be arguing in a way that you never thought that there would be arguing between the two of you, because honestly, that just wasn't the two of you. But ultimately now it is the two of you. You might feel guilty a little bit for implying that they should make changes or concessions for you. But that is the change, isn't it? Is that you actually are able to demand that of somebody at this point and not feel bad about it. Right? And it's scary, isn't it? Because then it's like, if the relationship fails, or the project fails, or the opportunity doesn't go through, you're going to blame yourself. Well, I did it. I should have just gone along with what they wanted, and then things would still be continuing. And you're right, things would still be continuing, Pisces, but they wouldn't be continuing the way that makes you happy, and you'd be sitting there getting more and more miserable. That's not what you want. At least now you have your own happiness. You have your own feet underneath you. This is deja vu. I feel like I gave this reading to you before, or to somebody else. It's giving me chills. But it's true. Like, there is just a sense of, at least with this happiness, even though it's not as full or as boisterous or as big or as decadent, right? It's still, you can still feel those pangs, those irritations coming through, but it's you. You still feel you. You don't have to completely abandon yourself just to keep something that is actually not sincere going. There's sincerity here. And if sincerity and truth includes a little bit of pain, you're willing to accept that. That's fine. Sea of love. Things are changing. And it's time to let the past season go. It's time to let those things go that have hurt you, that have scarred you. It's time to let those things go that maybe filled you with joy. Right? Because you know that joy will come again. It's time to allow things to change. And I do feel like there is this powerful shift that intuitively, it's time to allow things to change. So now it's not like, if this is a relationship, this is just a metaphor though, so you can apply this energy however it impacts your life. Say this is a relationship and you can feel it growing apart. There is that sense of, I'll let you go. I'm not going to hold on. That's not what I want my relationships to be anymore. And that marks the real change and the real turn in your soul and who you are. That acceptance and faith that says, if you want to go, then you have to go. I understand. And right now, and I I can't make this concession for you because it does feel like too much right now. And to be in a place where you can cry and hurt and miss somebody, but still be able to smile at the sunrise and fall asleep to the waves hitting the shore, like that is so beautiful and balanced. And you know, if you look at the chart, you'll see that Neptune is actually square to the north node and the south node. It's Neptune, your ruling planet, is giving both nodes a run for their money, right? And what do the nodes represent? Your past and your future. Really, in the most simplified version, your past and your future. And it's squaring them both. So what Neptune is doing right now is challenging the past and the future and their place in your life. It's almost like this juxtaposition swirling around you. Is this the past? Is this the future? Your past and your future have collided. They've come together in the realm of dreams and mysteries through your emotions. They've collided. That's a cathartic place. The heart chakra. This definitely has something to do. It's interesting because heart chakra is green, but this is very purple, very pink, very romantic. So it implies a romantic connection, right? And it also implies that it's still beautiful. This could be just another stage in it that is developing, and you have to look at. You can't turn around when the going gets tough. Right when the going gets tough. You know, I remember that Amy Schumer movie, Trainwreck. Do you ever see that movie? It was great. I loved it. But there's a really wonderful scene where, you know, her character is essentially a commitment phobe because she's had some serious issues with her father. And so she's, you know, kind of like just a casual encounter girl. But then she meets a guy who's awesome and who she starts to fall in love with, but she doesn't know what that is or how that feels, and it doesn't feel comfortable to her, right? When we get that healthy thing after all those shitty things, we sometimes think the healthy thing is a shitty thing because we just don't know, you know, it's not familiar to us. Anyway, there's this wonderful scene where they had this big argument and he comes by the next day, or he didn't leave. No, they had a big argument, and she just starts like packing up her stuff and saying, okay, so it was great. It was nice that when it lasted, and maybe I'll see you around. And he was like, wait, what? What are you doing? And she was like, what do you mean what I'm doing? This is over. And he was like, this is over? She's like, we're like fighting and arguing, and he's like, yeah, like that's kind of what you do, and then you make up. And it didn't even like occur to her that was an option, because that kind of emotional depth was something that up until that point she wasn't capable of, and she hadn't found somebody that was capable of it. So that's what I think is going on here, that there's this door opening to a much deeper you, to a much calmer, less reactionary you, to a you that can take a very uncomfortable situation and not take it personally and figure out how to navigate it. That's what's exciting. Stepping through that door of something new, brand new, like a brand new you. You know, through that door of abundance. Yes, but that's cliche. You're changing. You've changed. This is very butterfly. I've just been born. Venus de Milo showing up in a seashell from the sea foam, like just being born kind of energy. This is a brand new you. And sacral energy implies birth. Now, you could be actually becoming a mother, becoming a parent, finding out that you're becoming a parent, or taking on that responsibility somehow. But ultimately, there is a sense of becoming, a joie de vivre in growing your wings and allowing yourself to change and to leave behind the heaviness that was marked by that caterpillar stage, because caterpillars are bound by gravity. Butterflies are not. Let's get into your spirit animal cards. Pisces. Pisces, 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 Pisces. Ooh, Pisces. Ooh. Oh. I'm just gonna see what comes out because I don't think that that's all. Pisces, 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 Pisces. Okay. So in the past, there was a real unhealthy sense of boundaries. No boundaries at all. In other words, you were wide the fuck open. And that is very unhealthy because it leaves you vulnerable, susceptible, and really it just sort of makes you hurt all the time, absorbing other people's bullshit. But see, this is the past. So let's move on to where we are getting to now. Nothing is wasted. So learning from the past and seeing the treasure in the trash heap. This is Aquarian energy, a higher wisdom, a higher knowledge, a higher purpose, seeing an opportunity where most people would just see a landfill. Yeah, but you guys are wonderful at that. You do, but that's the realm of dreams, isn't it? The infinite possibilities of see something even when there's nothing there. Now is a lucky time to develop those skills, to develop but no. Let's say what this card is. This is multiplying your abundance. Taking what you have and growing it. So this tells me you have a very firm place, at the very least in terms of inspiration. You are very, very confident in where you are right now. And that's a wonderful place because sometimes the hardest part is finding a place to start. I'm telling you, you found your place to start. Now it's just about growing. And time to collaborate. This also could be fertility. This could be somebody that has a lot of children, or you have a lot of children, or talking about children and what you feel about them and if you want them, etc., etc. Like this could be one of the topics that is causing a lot of tension for you right now. But even if it's not, this is a sense of trying to figure out how to make a collaboration work. I say collaboration because this is still the general reading, Pisces, and ultimately it could be romance, but it could be partnership, it could be building a business. But there is a sense of, okay, how do we make this work? How do we go about, because a balanced partnership is one where you're amplifying what you have. You know, one isn't just hooking on to another. Instead, it's you're combining your skills. And so that's what you want to look for a healthy partnership. There is a transformation here. This is dragonfly energy, more Aquarius energy, but a truth coming out. A truth coming out. Something being revealed. Embrace the in-between. So I mean, this is Libra energy, trying to find a balance, trying to find an equilibrium, but also in a sense like you stand out, you want to stand out. You want to stand out, but you don't want to stand out because flamingo is all about blending in, but blending in with this shockingly gorgeous color. So it's like they stand out as a species, but ultimately or not as a species, they stand out as a whatever, phylum, whatever you call it. But they blend in with each other. Ooh, I think you're finding your soul tribe. You know, trying to find that fine balance with working with people that are like-minded and finding the people who are like-minded to you. Be playful. Stay at the surface right now. Not trying to get too deep. This is Gemini energy. If you're dealing with a Gemini, your Gemini is not trying to get too deep. Geminis are never trying to get too deep. They live on the surface of the water. They live on the surface. So if you are with a Gemini, you must accept that about them. It would be very difficult because there's Libra here, there's Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini in your reading. There is that trifecta, that grand air trine, which can have the caveat of too intellectual, too thoughtful, thinking too much and not feeling enough. But for you, there is a great balance here. That energy balances you out. Something or someone that thinks more, you know, it's less intuition and more intellect, or Socratic debate, like an internal deliberation that they go through. It's intellectual process for them, but boy, oh boy, does it help you, relieve you, and lighten you up. So there's good stuff here. Know your worth. So assert yourself. Remember, you don't have to be like them, and you're not supposed to be like them. Don't try to be like them. Your partnership needs you. It needs you to stay you, to be you, to keep being you, and not try to be anybody else ever. Bring your ideas to life. That's all about you. You can't if you understand this, if you let yourself go, you're letting your ideas go. So even though if you're having trouble finding self-worth, defend your baby. Defend your ideas. Stick up for them. And through them, you'll be sticking up for yourself. And trust in the great mystery. Take the jump. Dive in. Because this is something that you care about so much, you're full in. I mean, head over heels, 250,000%. You want all in. And in some ways, you've already jumped. You're already in. So it's like, I can't turn back now. I don't want to. Let's get to your angel readings. You can go over to tarot right now, where I will articulate all of this general energy. And of course, your romance reading is there too. That link is below. Also, Pisces, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe and ring that bell so you know when I upload all the content. I make 12 videos a week. And yeah, it's not just about your sun sign, so you might want to check some of those other videos out. Pisces specific content uploads every single Wednesday, so you can depend on that. It is not time sensitive, but there is a new video every week, so you might want to get it while it's hot. And then the Vimeo videos, you can always subscribe right over there to that platform, because if you do, you'll actually have access to the extended, which yes, can be standalone readings, like a day before they show up on the YouTube link. So, Instagram. I do a live reading Monday through Friday over on Instagram. born_without_boundaries. You can find me there. And starting January 4th, when I'm back from vacation, I will be starting up those readings again, FYI. Let's get into your angel card readings. Love. Okay. The heart of love is the heart of creation. All is possible through love. All is worthwhile for love. May all you think and feel reflect love's eternal truth. Yeah, I think I know where we're going. Healing. I, the angel of healing, am with you right now. Feel my presence and my unwavering love for you. I have loved you before the dawn of time, and I will love you for all eternity. There is more love. I feel like you guys got yourself in a good relationship, but let's go. Transformation. Through the great love that how much love? There's a lot of love. Through the great love that holds you in its embrace, you are moment by moment transforming to ever greater light, ever greater oneness, and ever greater wisdom. You're evolving. You've got transformation and love. Love is changing you, and this is a different kind of love than you've experienced before. Compassion was the hidden one. When you show greater compassion towards yourself, the universe automatically responds by showering you with greater blessings. Let's see what those blessings are. I'll see you guys over in tarot. The link is below.